and welcome back to Dev Nation YouTube channel. This is Arushi Bansal, and from now on I am gonna teach you computer networks. Remember in the last video I told you about how computer networks, data structure, database, all these subjects are important if you are computer science student. So I'm gonna teach you a little bit about this subject because I cannot cover this subject in depth, of course, but I will try to cover all the main topics about this subject. So I hope you like this. Let's get started. First, I'm going to tell you about what is network. A network has multiple devices interconnected using multiple paths for the purpose of sending and receiving data. So in a network, there are multiple computers. They are connected with each other and they try to communicate with each other. That is a network. Now we are going to talk about network components. Every computer on a network is called a host or an end device. End device is a computer which receives or sends data in the network. Servers are the computers that provide information to these end devices. For example, email server, web server, file server. Clients are the computers that send requests to the servers and then receives the information from the servers. For example, web page from a web server, email from an email server. Now we're gonna go to peer-to-peer component. Here a computer is a client and a server. For example, a computer which has files. It has files stored in it. That means it's a server. It has information. And if you want to share these files or if you want to retrieve these files, that computer only gives you the information. That means it's a client too. So a single device is working as a client and a server. This is known as peer-to-peer network. This type of design is also recommended for small networks. Of course, if a computer is doing the performance of client and a server, it has to be a small network only. So I have provided advantages and disadvantages of peer-to-peer networks. Easy to set up, less complex, lower cost of course, not scalable. I'm going to tell you about the meaning of not scalable in the further video. Not secure, not centralized administration. Then end devices. As I told you before, end devices in the network are the ones which sends information or retrieves information. Data originates from an end device, flows through a network and arrives at the end device. For example, here this computer and this computer. It sends some information or some message. It wants to send the information or some message to this computer. So the message originates from this computer, flows to this network, and then it is received by this computer. So both of these computers are known as the end device in the network. Then intermediary network devices. Intermediary network devices are the ones like in this network, switches and routers. These are known as routers, these are switches which connects the end device so that they can communicate with each other, are known as intermediary devices in the network. An intermediary device interconnects the end devices, for example switches, wireless access points, routers and firewalls. Management of this data through a network is called also the role of intermediary devices. For example, in this network, a message can be sent to its destination through three paths: first path, second path and third path. So which path should the message take? This is decided by these routers. This decision is based on some protocols that are set in the computer networks, which we are going to talk about later in this. Intermediary devices regenerate, retransmit data signals, maintain information about the pathways in the network, notify other devices of error communications. So for example, suppose from these four routers, one router stops working. So this information is given to all these three routers so that they know that the message they shouldn't send the message to this path because this router is now not working. So now they have only two paths to send the information. So they notify other devices of error and communication failures, and also maintains about what pathways exist in the network, because now only two pathways exist in the network and these routers should know about that. Then we have network media. Communication across a network is carried through a medium which allows a message to travel from source to destination. For example, wires. For this network, these are connected from wires. It can be a metal wire or a fiber optic wires. Metal wire uses electric pulses, fiber optic wire uses pulses of light, or it can be a wireless transmission. We have all Wi-Fi in all of our homes, so it is wireless. It uses modulation of specific frequencies of electromagnetic waves. Then we have network representations. It's basically a picture of a network. It shows how different devices are connected in a network. There are some important terms we should know about. You should know about them. Physically connects an end device to a network interface card. Physical port, an outlet or a networking device media that connects to an end device or another networking device. For example, network interface card physically connects an end device to a network. Like these are in the end devices and these are connected by this network, this whole network. So it is a network interface card. Physical ports connect different devices within a network. Example, switch has all these ports and are all connected with all these devices. And we have interface. It is specialized post on a networking device that connects individual networks together. For example, in a router connects various networks together. Like in this, it has two local networks, and these are the routers which connect these two local networks. So the ports in this router are known as an interface. Then we have two types of network topology: physical topology and logical topology. Physical topology diagrams illustrate the physical location of the devices and cable installation. For example, in an organization, organization has different rooms and all the devices are present in those rooms. So all that information is given in the diagram. Like in this picture, you can see all these devices are present in the room number 2158. These devices are present in the room number 2124. These devices are present in different room numbers. And within the room, it also has rack number, shelf numbers. So all this information is given in a physical topology diagram of a network. So this web server, email server, file server, these are in a single room and in a different shelf number 1, 2 and 3. You can see this, and the rack number is also given. So it is a physical topology. While in logical topology diagram, it illustrates the devices, the ports and the addressing scheme of the network. So here you can see the port numbers through which it is connected. Fast Ethernet port number, which is 0 is its slot number and 1 is the port number. So through this port it is connected with this switch. The port number for this switch is also given. So all the port numbers and the network address under which all these devices are connected is also given. This network device address we will talk about later in this chapter. It is an important topic, so you can just see for now you can just see this network addressing is given and the port numbers are given through which it is connected to the devices. So it is in logical topology. Now we have networks based on many sizes. We have networks in our homes, we have networks in our offices, we have large area networks, we have wide networks. Suppose here it's written small home networks connect a few computers to each other, like given in the picture. Then small office or home office enables a computer within a home or remote office to connect to a cooperative network. Then we have medium to large networks, many locations with hundreds and thousands of interconnected computers. Like here we have many computers which are connected with each other. Then we have worldwide networks, connected hundreds, thousands of millions of computers worldwide, such as the internet. Internet is also a network where all the computers are connected with each other and share common data, files or videos. Then we have common types of networks. Two common types of networks: local area network and wide area network. Networks infrastructure vary greatly. The size of the area covered, the number of users connected, the number and types of the services available. The size of the area covered is less in LANs than in WANs. LAN covers small area, WAN covers large area. And number of users connected in LANs are less than WANs, of course, because it covers less area, so number of users using the network should be less. Then number and types of the services. The services provided by LAN are faster because it is a small network, while the services provided by the WANs are a little slower. Here it is given: interconnected end devices in limited area, interconnect LANs or wide area networks. WANs are basically a number of LANs connected with each other. Suppose here there are two LANs connected to each other and they form a WAN. The LAN has high speed bandwidth to internal devices. WAN provides typically slower speed to the devices because WAN covers large area. So I think this will be it for this video. We are trying to keep these videos short as possible, so I think 10 minutes are a lot. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe to Dev Nation YouTube channel. And if you want any study material for computer networks, I will upload this study material on Dev Nation GitHub channel. So I will link the repository in the description of the video. And also, if you want to contact me or if you want to ask something from me, you can contact me through LinkedIn. I will link my profile of LinkedIn in the description of this video. Thank you for watching.